Hey guys, injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and I'm making you another video. And the topic I want to talk to you about today is what is a free consultation, what is it, what isn't it, and what you can expect if you get a free consultation from virtually any injury lawyer, because most injury lawyers like me do offer a free consultation. So it's free and no obligation. You don't have to hire the lawyer, but they'll talk to you for free. So why do injury lawyers really give a free consultation? Well, the real reason lawyers give a free consultation, there's two reasons. One is they want to help injured people know whether they have a good case and to help them avoid making a big mistake. But the other reason, honestly, and you probably don't need me to tell you this, injury lawyers give free consultations because injury lawyers make money by signing up cases, winning them, and then the lawyer gets paid at the end of the case, not out of your pocket, right? So the lawyer needs phone calls so that they can sign clients and, have a career, work on cases, make money for injured people, right? So those are the two reasons. One's great for the client and one's great for the attorney. And most attorneys, it's certainly true for me. I talk to far more people than ever have cases. So I probably talk to 3 or 4 people and answer their questions and help them out, or try to help them out. Probably talk to 3 or 4 people before I get a case out of it. So with that in mind, I want to tell you what happened to me recently. I had a lady call for a free consultation. Woman called me up, wanted a free consultation, was happy to talk to her. She actually spoke with my associate attorney, who's been with me for a really long time. She's been with me for 4 years or 5 years or something like that. I was her first job out of law school. I've trained her. I know, she's a wonderful person, a really smart lawyer, and she does things exactly the way I've trained her and that I've learned to do over, doing this for almost 21 years. So she's a great lawyer. She does great intakes. And so she called and spoke with my associate, and she told my associate that she didn't want to hire a lawyer. She had handled her case up to that point completely on her own, and all she wanted us to do was tell her whether the settlement amount was good, and then she wanted us to review the settlement papers to make sure they were legit, right? So my associate explained to her why that would be a bad idea, right? A free consultation has to be short. We can't be on the telephone for hours and hours and hours because there's just not time in the day for that, right? But answering simple questions or explaining how things work is definitely fair game. But you know what's not fair game? When you handle an injury case completely on your own, the lawyer you're talking to has no idea what the doctors wrote in your medical records, so we have no idea about your diagnosis, how long you were off work, the details of how the crash happened, how much insurance is involved, how much insurance coverage there is on the case, whether you are going to need a future surgery or future medical care. All of these things drive the value of the case. So it would actually be a huge mistake for an attorney to give you an estimate about something like that. It would be a big mistake for a lawyer to tell you, yes, the settlement amount is a fair amount, because before, for example, in my office, before we can even do that, we thoroughly investigate every insurance, because insurance is often a cap to how much money you can get, regardless of how serious your injury is. And then we also order all of your medical records and then summarize them in detail, right? So then we know exactly what the doctors relate to your, car crash or work injury or whatever it is. We know exactly what the diagnosis is, what the treatment was, what the surgery was, and what the doctor's recommending for the future, right? Because all of that stuff drives the value of the case. Here's why. For example, let's say you broke your leg, you had surgery, and then you're right as rain. You're able to jog, run, work. You've got no pain in the leg whatsoever. Well, that's one outcome, right? And that might be worth pretty good money because it's a fracture, broken bone, with surgery. But what if your outcome is bad? What if you have one surgery and then you're still hurt, right? Then you need another surgery. So now you've had 2 surgeries, and even after 2 surgeries and the pain and frustration of recovering from 2 surgeries, you have a permanent limp, you can't jog, and you can't do a stand-up job, right? You can't have employment which requires you to be on your feet for 8 or 10 hours a day. Well, that's a completely different outcome, right? Completely different. And a case like that is going to be worth more money. But those are the sorts of details a lawyer can give. So when my associate explained this sort of stuff to the lady on the telephone, she got really angry. She was really upset. Of course, my associate, because I had trained her to, offered to represent this lady, said, look, if you want to hire us, we're happy to order everything and give you an opinion and all this stuff. And she didn't want to do it. She wanted to do it herself. She just wanted a lawyer to look at all the documents and, give a blessing to the, give a blessing to the settlement, which probably would be legal malpractice. It would probably be legal malpractice for a lawyer without full possession of the facts to tell you to settle a case for a particular amount. So I'm glad my associate followed the rules of ethics and followed good professional. We don't want to give people bad advice when they call us on the telephone. So the lady wrote me a really long email explaining how I didn't really help her and how in my videos I tell people that I'll help them and, all this stuff. And she was really disappointed in the free consultation because she just wanted answers to her questions. Well, I explained to her what I just explained to you, and then she sent me another angry email about, I'm just like her dad giving her advice. I don't take it, I don't really take offense to somebody saying that I'm like their dad. I mean, depending, I guess, the kind of relationship you might have had with your dad. But I do try to give people good advice, whether they want to hear it or not. So what can you expect during a free consultation? Well, it's a give and take. And there are gonna, if it's a really complex issue, I can explain to you generally how the cases go or what might be happening in your case, but I can't give you a definite answer about exact case value. Like if somebody's offering you $1,000 and you were involved in a rear-end car crash and you had, serious repercussions and the offer's $1,000, of course I can tell you that's a bad idea, but do you really need a lawyer to tell you that? When things get really complicated, the details matter. And that's why, the legal ethics boards always tell lawyers, be very clear with people that every case is different and every situation is different. And unfortunately it is. So the more you share with a lawyer during a free consultation, the more accurate information they're going to feel comfortable giving you. But even if you don't want to share a lot of information with a lawyer that you call for a free consultation, they can still describe for you in general terms how the cases work, and many times that will answer your question. But asking a lawyer, an exact amount of case value and asking them to review your settlement documents and help you administer a settlement that you're doing yourself is probably outside the scope of what a lawyer is going to be willing to do for you, because after all, handling those cases and processing settlements and stuff like that, it's what we do and it's what we get paid for. So my point is, go into a free consultation with your information organized, understanding how much information you feel comfortable sharing with the attorney, and then you'll know you're talking to a good attorney when they let you talk, when they let you explain what happened, and then they ask you questions and you're giving them good information, and then the lawyer is giving you good feedback, and the lawyer will sort of explain how things work. If you have a lawyer who is on the phone with you for a minute and basically tells you that if you don't want to hire them immediately, then they can't talk to you anymore, that's not what a free consultation is, right? So I hope this information helped you to have, realistic expectations. Like, a lawyer can't just give you a legal opinion based on nothing. There's a reason why lawyers have to get involved in cases, really research the facts, figure out what the medical is, figure out the details of how your injury occurred, because all of that stuff plays into the case value. So haven't shot a video in a little while. Sorry if I'm talking too much. It's what I do as a lawyer. And thank you for watching, and have a great day.